Okay, you must be able to see me now. Confirm that you can see me, hear me. Okay, fine. So, as you can see, fur looks much more smooth and we see all the details. And we didn't increase anti-aliasing settings. So this is very useful feature. So always, when you go to rendering, always use it. So let's return to our Yeti graph. Where is that? It is here. Okay, here it is. So basically, here not much more some features. Like, of course, you will use width. So this is basically width of your hairs. So basically, it is something like I use multiplier by I don't know. So some values to the base, to the tip. So you can tweak it here. Next, what may be important is this guide node. So remember we created our guide set. So let's see if we will able to use guide set instead of groom. Let's open our graph. Here it is. Let's create import node. Let's change it to guides and let's set test. Yes, set test, and let's use this guide set for our comb node, for example. Comb node. Where is our guides? So we didn't have any guides here. But let's try to move it somewhere here. If it will affect, I don't know. So see, when it's beginning to affect when it became closer to the surface. But it is okay. Let's create another set. Let's delete it. Let's convert again. So that it was more visible for you. Where is it? Convert. Okay, disk bytes curves. Let's create set. I don't know. I don't remember the name of the set. Set test, I guess. Test set. Okay, let it be set test. Apply and close. Create our set our Yeti node. Go to set test. It was set test, and do we have it now? Set test 1. So let's delete set test. This will be set test. Let's select our Yeti node. Add guide set. Set test. Okay. And now let's modify it a little bit. So like, let's go again to surface, edit curves, modify curves. Let's curl it. So frequency is 1. Play. Maybe too curly. Let's 3, 2, play. So now I will hide it. Okay, let's open our graph. So and let's switch between this one and this one. So see, now our white sets is working. So this our curves. Okay. So this is another, but I suggest you to not to use white sets only if it is very impossible for you to use groom node, because groom node has how this simulation, dynamic simulation indeed, and if you want you can simulate in nher, convert it and use that curves as white sets in Yeti node. So if you want, you can do it. What I want to tell you more, next is what you will use always is clamp node. About clamping, I think better you can read on Yeti central node. There is 3 steps clamping tutorial, and that basically working like this, but I can show you actually. So let's create maybe even use send file. Yes, let's create it. Let's create polygon sphere. Let's add our Yeti, create Yeti node, create groom on mesh. Yeti, create Yeti node on mesh. Let's open our groom. Let's add some. Let's create it more. Length like 10. Okay, let's add it. So we have something like this. Okay. Let's select our Yeti node. Let's add groom here. Add it. Let's open graph. So this 3-way clamping setup working like this. So you basically have import, scatter, grow. So you have this. Grow. Okay. Next you have import, scatter, grow, import, scatter, grow. Next we need to create our import node. This will be our groom node. Grooms, selection, select. Next you need to connect it to our grow so that our hairs have the length we have made it. Okay, see, now we have our length. Next you will need to add of course comb layer to each. Again add now this will be combed. Let's just groom and let's just make some adjustments. I'm happy with this. So now we have these 3 branches, and we're starting to add our clamps, because basically each hair system have clamps. So when you will do dog, it has clamps. people hair has clamps, so every hair has clamps. Only maybe very short fur don't have clamp. So, but as soon as we make our dog and it has long clamps, we'll add it. So select, where is this clamp? Do you see it? I don't see it. Clamp. Here is it. Clamp node also have two inputs. To first inputs go in mainly what you are going to clamp, and to second input is going to what you are going to clamp. Okay. Okay. Now we need to change this our skirt. So basically, I want to have some clamps. Okay. So let's, but not as much. By the way, let's decrease the radius so that we don't have that at the bottom. So okay, I am happy with this. Okay, let's go to our graph and let's change scatter to 0.1. No, 3. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, maybe 15 or 20 furs, white, and this one have much more, and we will go even more. So let's make it, let's say 3 or even 4. Let's make it even 5 and see what will happen. Okay, so all our this maybe hundreds of individual hairs now clamp it to what we grow in our bottom branch. Okay, so I think, is it understandable? Write me something in Skype. Is it clear? Okay. So basically you will need not as much clamp, so you will maybe some base attraction to 0, tip attraction to 1, and attraction bias to 0.32. Also there is interesting feature is fly away. So basically it is in persons. So if you want 100% of hair to be outside the clamps, you can just put 1, all hairs will be outside the clamps. So if you will put 0.1, so only 10% currently of the hair is outside the clamps. It is useful to achieve more realistic results. Also, I suggest you go to Geometry tab and use this conform as longer, because sometimes you will have some unpredictable results. So better use this one and play with this maintain length. Sometimes you will have problems, sometimes not. So this area where you will play if you will have some problems with hair twisting, that some strange strands growing somewhere. So basically tweaking in this area will help you to solve it. Because I was when first time I was using Yeti, it was very hard for me to find this, and I was very angry why it is so. So when I find this, it all became more easier. Okay, next I will create again some clamp. Okay, so we have these clamps. Here we had 5 multiplier. Here we have, let's say, 10 multiplier. So we have twice more hairs, and we create a clamping. Okay, connecting this one to this one and this one to this one. Okay, so see, currently we added some more hairs that are clamped to already clamped hairs. Okay, I don't know how to understand how to explain it, but basically what it does, it clamps to already clamped. So we have small clamps, middle clamps, and big clamps. So this is basically what this three-stage clamping is doing, trying to simulate real life clamping mechanics. Okay, so I hope this is clear, and after you will experiment sometime you will understand what I mean and what it is doing. Also, what is important is this where it is displacement. So basically every model you will have ZBrush displacement, I don't know, any displacement. So this node is for using displacement. So you just but you need to apply a texture. Before displacement you import texture node. Okay, load some texture. In Yeti it understands only TIFF and IXR, so it don't understand JPEGs, whatever other file formats that are available. Okay, so let me find some IXR. My computer W, I don't know where it is. Some Vijaya characters, Vijaya source images, Yeti, I don't know. So I have something here, I don't know what it is, but let's use it. I don't think we will see any difference, but okay. So you load your displacement here, you name it, okay, something like, okay, displacement, and always waiting, just loading texture map. So see how it became slow. That's why I was telling you not to use texture maps as when I was talking about white sets, not white sets, but polysets for growing new hairs. Always change this to 1 minus $t. Okay, because you always need to do it. Anyway, because in other case it will not be as you want it to be. And go to displacement and just displacement amount. You need to Control C this value here, back disp. See? So now it is displaced. You will see some difference. So there is some difference, but as soon as we have some texture, I don't know what it is, but it is working. So name attribute as you wish. Use dollar and name of your attribute, texture attribute. Same if you want to use texture attribute for I don't know, for example, let's make it so let's create our again as soon as we're talking about textures. So create import, again scatter, grow. Okay, we have, and for example I want to grow in some particular areas. Okay, so let's file set project. Okay, it is somewhere here. Okay, this one. Okay, no problem. Let's select our sphere. Let's go to rendering, texturing, 3D paint tool, and let's paint something. Let's assign texture. So TIFF, remember, don't use any other formats, or IXR, TIFF or IXR. Assign, and let's flood it first, and let's paint like this one. For example, down. save it. Okay, let's save our scene file. Okay, scene file is save it. Let's save texture. So here's my file name. Okay. Let's go to our graph. And we need to add texture node between import node and scatter. Okay, so we select texture node, file name, change it to 1 minus t. Okay, as you can see, scatter node now not working with our texture. It's okay. It must be like that. We just must name our attribute. So let's name it density. And voila, we're happy though. Let's make it even more. So as you can see, fur is now growing where we have painted. So if we will go to grow node, it will grow only here. So I think this is the basics that you will be enough for you to start using Yeti in your job. Okay, so thank you for watching and hope it will help you a lot. Okay, bye guys.